All right, hey, I'm going for another ride, so I thought I'd knock off another little quick tip video. Now, continuing with the lease options. I've had a couple people say, but Mike, I don't want to sell my property. I don't want to sell it. I just want to be a landlord. Well, first of all, that's stupid. But again, that's my opinion, so I guess I won't say that's stupid. That's stupid. But anyways, I'm just kidding. But here's what you do to take care of that. Listen, when you're doing a lease with an option to buy for people, our lease option tenants, they only care about two main things. How much money down do you need and how much a month? In other words, can I afford it? They'll worry about the overall price later. So the good news about doing a lease with an option to buy is all you have to do is just make sure you're making money. In other words, if it's a house that you would normally sell for, say, $100,000, just bump it up a little bit to $104,900 or $109,900. That way, if they do go ahead and exercise their option, you're not terribly upset, right? I mean, think about it. If you're going to pick up an extra $5,000 or $10,000, what are you going to do? Be mad? You can always go and get another house. I've had people say, hosts are hard to find. Nah, you just got to know how to do some marketing and go find them. Stop just talking to realtors and looking on the MLS. There's a lot of houses for sale that are not on the MLS. Why? Well, some landlords are too cheap to pay a realtor. Some landlords, they owe enough money that they can't afford to list it with a realtor without coming out of their pocket and different types of things. So again, back to my house. So let's say I'm selling the house and I'm going to try to get $5,000 or $7,000 down, and my monthly payment's going to be $1,100 a month, and I'm making something up. That's really all my tenant buyer is concerned about. Do you understand that? They really, if you tell them the house is $99,900, they'll say, okay. If you tell them it's $104,900, they'll say, okay. If you tell them it's $107,900, okay. It doesn't bother them, because here's why it doesn't bother them, and here's why it really shouldn't bother them. The truth is, we're offering them a service that other people aren't offering. See, you might say, well, they might be able to go and buy that house cheaper if they have all cash. What is it worth for me to offer financing? I double dog dare you to go to the bank and apply for a loan. Here's what you're going to discover. They want to see your tax returns. They want to see your W-2. They want you to jump through all kinds of hoops, right? Hold on, something's dinging. Oh, it says my seatbelt's not on. Who did that? Well, I'll put it on when I get done with this video. Anyways, so here's what happens. We're concerned about the lease with the option to buy. Again, will they all buy it? Probably not. I'm willing to bet you that 2 out of 3 people that you give a lease with an option to buy, and you give them, say, a 2 to 3 to 4 year term, 5 year, whatever you choose to give them, to buy that thing, they still take better care of it. They still give you a bigger size of a non-refundable fee or option fee for the right to purchase that thing, to lock in the price. And it does benefit them, by the way. Don't forget this. Let's say the market goes into extreme appreciation, and that house this time in 3 years is worth $139,000. If they've got an option contract that says they can buy for $109,900, you have to honor that. I've honored a few that I thought, darn it, man, I sure wish I'd have known the market was going to appreciate. Sure wish I would have known it was going to be worth that much more money. So don't ever feel bad, because when we do this, we do it in such a way that we benefit the tenant and we benefit us. In fact, looking back years ago, when my wife and I bought our first house, you know what? We bought it on a lease with an option to buy. Actually, the lady gave us a 2-year short-term land contract, and she said, I'll give you 2 years to get your credit fixed. We had a partner that ran off to New York, and then he ran off to some other state, and he emptied the bank account. He didn't have a lot of integrity back then. Hopefully he does better now, I don't know. But bottom line is, we had went through a rough time. But you see, listen, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So don't feel bad. We're not screwing nobody. We're not doing them wrong. So hang with me here, because I think on the next video, we're getting ready to get to the good part as to how you, and yes, I do mean you, can pick up an extra $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in the next 2 weeks. Pretty cool, right? Stay tuned.